Athens in the mid-5th century BC was a city of unprecedented brilliance. A thriving democracy of nearly 300,000 people, yet reaching heights of cultural achievement that would reshape Western civilization forever. This was the Golden Age of Pericles, an era of transformation where marble temples rose on sacred hills, and philosophers like Socrates walked streets that birthed democracy itself. Thanks to advanced AI software, we can now recreate these ancient scenes with remarkable accuracy. By analyzing archaeological evidence, ancient texts, and surviving ruins, we're able to show how Athens likely appeared, the architecture, agora, citizens, and atmosphere of classical Greece, allowing us to step back 2,500 years and experience the city as Athenians once did. This is an extraordinary view of the Acropolis from the mid-5th century BC, the Sacred Heart of Athens rising 150 meters above the city. Dominating the skyline is the magnificent Parthenon, Pericles' masterpiece dedicated to Athena, goddess and protector of the city. Construction began in 447 BC under architects Actinus and Callicrates, with sculptor Phidias overseeing the breathtaking decorations. To the left stands the Propylaea, the monumental gateway designed by Nesicles, its massive marble columns welcoming pilgrims and citizens alike. Notice the smaller temple of Athena Nike perched on the bastion to the right, celebrating Athens' victories over the Persians. The Acropolis gleams with fresh marble and vibrant color. These temples weren't the white stone we see today, but painted in brilliant reds, blues, and golds. This view captures Athens at the absolute peak of its power, when it dominated the Aegean Sea and led the Delian League, transforming from a city-state into the cultural capital of the ancient world. This is the Agora, the beating heart of Athenian democracy and daily life. This wasn't just a marketplace. It was where philosophy was born, where Socrates questioned passers-by, where democracy was practiced, and where citizens gathered to shape the future. The long stoa of Zeus Eleutherios lines the northern edge, providing shade for philosophers and merchants. The circular tholos, where the 50 rotating council members ate and slept while on duty, stands as a symbol of Athens' revolutionary democratic government. Notice the Hephaestion temple on the hill to the west, one of the best-preserved Greek temples, honoring Hephaestus, god of craftsmen, fitting for a district filled with metalworkers and potters. The Panathenaic Way, Athens' sacred road, cuts through the center, where every 4 years a grand procession would carry a new peplos robe to Athena on the Acropolis. Citizens in their himation and chitons debate politics, foreign merchants display exotic goods from across the Mediterranean, and slaves hurry on errands. This single space was classroom, courtroom, marketplace, and the very foundation of Western democracy. This is the Theater of Dionysus on the southern slope of the Acropolis, where drama as we know it was born. Here, during the annual City Dionysia festival, playwrights like Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides premiered works that still resonate today, tragedies exploring fate, justice, and the human condition. The wooden stage and scene building face thousands of Athenian citizens seated on stone benches carved into the hillside. In the orchestra, the circular dancing floor, the chorus performs while actors wearing elaborate masks project their voices across this natural amphitheater. This wasn't mere entertainment, it was civic duty. Attending the theater was participating in democracy, as plays often commented on contemporary politics and moral questions. The wealthy sponsored productions as a public service, and even the poor received subsidies to attend. From this single theater emerged the works of the great tragedians, the Orestia, Oedipus Rex, Medea, stories that would define Western literature for millennia. This is the Long Walls, Athens' revolutionary defensive corridor connecting the city to its port at Piraeus, 6 kilometers away. Built under Pericles between 461 to 456 BC, these parallel walls created an impregnable supply line, ensuring Athens could never be starved into submission as long as it controlled the sea. The northern wall and southern wall stood about 180 meters apart, with a third wall later added to Phaleron. These fortifications represented Athens' strategic genius, transforming the city into an island, dependent not on land but on naval supremacy. Between these walls, merchants, sailors, and goods flowed constantly. Ships from Egypt brought grain, from Thrace came timber and silver, from Asia Minor came spices and luxury goods. This corridor was Athens' lifeline, the physical manifestation of its sea empire. The Athenian navy of 300 triremes patrolled from Piraeus, each vessel powered by 170 oarsmen, ensuring Athens' dominance over the Aegean and control of the Delian League's vast treasury. This is the street of the marble workers in the Kerameikos district, where Athens' famed craftsmen created the pottery and sculpture that would be treasured across the Mediterranean world. The distinctive red and black-figured pottery produced here became Athens' most successful export. Master potters and their apprentices work in open-air workshops, shaping clay on wheels, painting intricate mythological scenes, firing vessels in beehive kilns. The smoke from these kilns was a constant feature of Athens' skyline. Notice the funerary monuments lining the sacred way. The Kerameikos was also Athens' premier cemetery, where elaborate grave markers displayed the wealth and status of prominent families. The finest sculptors carved these stelae depicting the deceased in touching farewell scenes. This district hummed with industry. Stone carvers, bronze workers, and sculptors all competed for commissions as Athens rebuilt after the Persian Wars. The marble for the Parthenon was cut in nearby quarries and transported through these very streets. This is the Pnyx, democracy's birthplace, where Athenian citizens gathered in assembly to vote on laws, declare war, and decide their collective fate. This semicircular hillside facing the Acropolis could hold 6,000 citizens, though on critical decisions, as many as 20,000 might attend. The speaker's platform, the bema, carved from living rock, is where Pericles delivered his famous speeches, where Themistocles argued for naval expansion, where the fate of empires was debated. Any male citizen over 18 could speak here, not nobility, not priests, but common citizens exercising direct democracy. 4 times per month, the assembly met. Decisions required simple majority votes, conducted by show of hands. This was radical, unprecedented in human history, the idea that ordinary people could govern themselves without kings or tyrants. From this hill, Athens voted to build the Parthenon, to pursue war with Sparta, to ostracize politicians who grew too powerful. This open-air space was the engine room of Western democracy. This is the workshop district near the Agora, where Athens' renowned craftsmen and intellectuals mingled. Here, Socrates, himself the son of a stonemason, would visit workshops, engaging craftsmen in philosophical dialogue, seeking wisdom in unexpected places. The streets are lined with specialized workshops, bronze foundries casting hoplon shields and Corinthian helmets, workshops producing the famous Athenian owl coins, scriptoria where texts were laboriously copied onto papyrus scrolls. Metics, foreign residents, made up perhaps a third of Athens' free population and dominated certain trades. Though excluded from citizenship, these skilled workers were essential to Athens' prosperity, paying special taxes for the privilege of living in this remarkable city. The air rings with the sound of hammers on bronze, the call of merchants, heated philosophical debates conducted while hands shape clay or work leather. This was Athens' genius, the seamless integration of hand and mind, craft and thought. History has left us extraordinary archaeological evidence, ancient texts, and surviving monuments from civilizations across the ages, fragments of glory waiting to be reconstructed. So tell us in the comments, which ancient city would you like to see revived next? Your choice could be featured in our next video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the past.